Welcome to Lesson 3, Minimum Word Requirements. So, checking for minimum word requirements is my step 11, and it's not an official step, but I do acknowledge that as a student previously myself, there are minimum word requirements to some assignments, and one thing that my students tend to do is try to nail down the minimum word requirement first before they begin all the important work. And so I want to iterate that you should do this last, because it's stressful enough to come up with meaningful content while you're trying to make sure that you said it in enough words. So this should definitely be your last step. The current word count we're working with is 201 words. Our goal word count is 250. The best place to add the fat or make sure that you meet your minimum word requirements is to steps 6 through 10. Why should we only work with steps 6 through 10 when we are adding to our word count? You don't want to ruin the work you've already done by inadvertently changing the meaning of your paper. So steps 1 through 5 carry the bulk of the meaning of your paper. They are the heart of your paper. They are the brains of your paper. And so you don't want to inadvertently change the meaning of your paper, because if you go fiddling with your main thesis statement, if you go fiddling with your topic sentence, you could change the meaning in such a way that makes your entire paper make no more sense. And I've seen students do that. So if you are happy with the meaning of your paper so far, only modify steps 6 through 10. These highlighted portions are those sections of the paper. So, adding the fat for word count. Minimums. To the left, you see the original intro paragraph, and to the right, you see the expanded intro paragraph. What I did was I took the second sentence in the original intro paragraph, which was just one sentence with a semicolon in the middle, and I actually divided that sentence into 2 sentences, and I added the blue words that you see to the right. So I really don't want to say BS, but I just added in a well-known fact that everybody knows and expanded how I said the exact same thing with more words. Here's the original body paragraph to the left, the expanded body paragraph to the right, and you will see that here my blue words are even more sparse and broken up. I just kind of read through each sentence in those steps and figured out how I could say something with more words. And to the left is the original conclusion paragraph. To the right is the expanded conclusion paragraph. There is a lot more words added in the conclusion paragraph. I added to thrive, I added a choice, but up here at the top in the first sentence, I actually added a lot to that first sentence, which is the paraphrased thesis statement. I was very careful not to change the meaning. So the original paraphrased thesis statement is, there is no one right diet for all people. And the updated one is, there is no one right diet that meets the needs of all people in one family, let alone all people on the planet. So I said the exact same thing, but with more words. And then I added, whether it be the experiences of professionals like, and so on. So you can see clearly here how I just went and added more words while not changing the overall meaning of the paper. And this is the final version of all of it, the 201 word version and the 250 word version. I will say that this method will work if you are working with just trying to add a few words like we were doing here. This is 49 additional words, not a really big deal. And the question was very simple. But if you are coming in at, say, 100 words under the gun or more, then that is a clue that perhaps you did not fully gain a clear understanding of the rubric, the assignment requirements, and you need to go back and really study what the assignment requires, because word counts, word minimum requirements typically go with the weight of the paper. So if you look at the rubric and it says that you are to write at least 250 words, that's typically a very short paper, a discussion post even. If it's a 750 to 1500 words, then that's a heavier paper that's going to take you as a student probably a week to write, to do well even. And there is a lot of meaning. Your instructor is most likely looking for various different connections being made in that paper. So if you are more than 50 words under your word count minimum, I would suggest going back to study the assignment requirements to make sure that you didn't miss anything. This is the end of lesson 3. Next, you will write your original.